Maybe we're on now. Is this thing on? Maybe I should check my.
Yeah, check your thing.
Well, check what thing? You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Check what thing?
Do I ever know what the fuck you're talking about? Oh, I cussed
Jesus.
30 seconds
22
in.
seconds
Oh
in.
shit! Well, this act no 48 seconds in. I used
I
my
even
first
gave you
cuss.
I told you we were on.
I know that, but you do that just to say that sometimes, and we're
I've
not.
never told you we're on. when
Oh,
we're on.
never.
Never.
You never said that.
No, never.
Is that like the opposite of every?
Hey, we sound great. I got us on right here. We sound good. Got your delay on.
See, I got coffee, Dr. Pepper. Oh,
Okay. We got one viewer on here.
I got the phone gimmicked here. Well, this is live. We expect
Hey, we had 20 some people last time.
live.
We got double. We have the double.
Well, great. You got stuff on delay.
Hey,
so
Greg
you're,
Smith's on. First time ever.
So you're talking, then all of a sudden it reverberates, and then
Greg
something
Smith's on.
else.
First time ever. Hey, you don't miss much, Greg. Sorry, man. Glad you're on, but
Well, he's over. Well,
said,
I'm glad somebody's over. That's
finally caught the live stream.
sitting on this.
You're gonna be thoroughly disappointed with this thing. Let's see if I can get this camera moved a little bit. Hey, we haven't been on for 2 weeks, man. I don't know what. Buckshot Kid in the house. I just had it on my phone. It sounded like we could. We were. Heard.
Maybe
So-
maybe Dave Marquez is watching.
I hope
today.
him. I hope he's one of the four. Maybe he'll put me in the ring.
Well, we got it live, and it's on all the times. Maybe Rock Parsons is on. Maybe Charlie Platt's. Maybe Mike Mondo's watching us like he did last time.
Did he?
Well, no, it sounded good. Ted to Trailer McNailer. Well, we'll see McNailer. I'll see McNailer this Sunday night when I'm working for Dave Marquez in Derby City Wrestling at Louisville. That'll be the greatest thing in Louisville.
Yeah, Dave Marquez. I think his name's David Marquez.
David.
But I think he goes by David. Are you the only one that calls him Dave?
No.
Isn't there another Dave Marquez? I'm pretty sure there is. Like that does something else. I'm not even kidding right now.
Why don't you just kill my flow some more?
How did I kill it?
You start making a big deal about, what if I call you Clinton?
Oof, wouldn't like that.
Wouldn't like that. at all.
Ripton.
Well, no. No.
Marky. How about if I call you Marky?
No, as James E. Barnett would say, Ripley, my boy. Any dirt?
All right, go ahead. The floor's yours.
Oh, the floor is mine.
The floor's yours, Rip.
Well, Sunday night in Louisville at the Norton building there. It's got a long name. I can't remember. You know what it is if you live in Louisville. Dylan Bossick's going to be on fire there. I'm going to be down. Romer will be there doing whatever. Hopefully someday we'll have fucking 6'5" Von Lilas there, the most vicious chopper in the history of the world.
That's right, Dave Marquez. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, now is it Dave or is it David?
Well,
so you made a big deal. You're the one that started
I'm
all this
taking
stuff.
after you. You're
No.
leading. I'm just following, man.
No, I was just trying to plug the show for this Sunday. We're on the big on TV there, the new channel, news station. Gilbert Corsi's the announcer, so that's fantastic. But just think it would be me and you and Dylan and Romer in one car.
I just can't believe I couldn't get booked on this thing. Like you're kind of a head honcho there, and
I ain't no head honcho.
Couldn't even get me on the show. You got your son Dylan in the main event. You couldn't even get me as an extra.
Well, Dylan used to live with Dave.
I couldn't even be an extra.
Yeah, that's how. No, I got on there because I knew Dylan. So it's all Dylan.
Oh, nice. So that's on TV. Is that TV this Sunday? Is that what you just said? TV this Sunday? 2 days? Or is it next Sunday? I didn't listen, Rip. I'm sorry. I don't have my headphones in. I'm out of touch here. We haven't done this for 2 weeks. I'm a little rusty. You have to pull me through this. I'm
You're
sorry.
busy being father of the year, husband of the year, friend of the year, guy who does everybody solving all their problems, and you freeloading because you don't have a real job.
Freeloader of the year.
Mm-hmm. You just got the hot wife with the little kiddies. You walk around. You got your wrestling with Rip Rogers T-shirt on.
The muscles.
The big arms. I got the shoulder that don't work. So what the hell, right? And it wasn't from excessive masturbation or anything. I was trying to start the lawnmower, and all of a sudden my shoulder would whoop. I'm fucking
I
cussing.
think I would pay to watch you mow grass.
Oh yeah, because I can hardly walk. Got neuropathy in my feet. It's great. It's great being 69 years
Yeah,
old.
man. I hope I make it there. Greg Smith says he always watches them just usually a few hours later. Big Al Robinson in the house. Gentlemen, he says. He always comes in
He
with
always comes
gentlemen.
in, gentlemen. You know, he's always used that. I wouldn't call us a gentleman, but what the hell, right?
Greg Smith, Rip fading the heat to Dylan Bostic. Yeah, put the heat on Dylan.
What I put the heat on Dylan for?
Saying that when I guess when I said that you couldn't get me booked, but you said Dylan was the reason that you got booked.
That's
so
the reason I got
really
booked.
Dylan is the reason I'm not booked, I guess is what he's saying.
No, Dylan's the man.
Dylan's the man. So
Yeah,
so he should get me booked. That's what he's
Yeah,
saying. That's
but
what,
he ain't here today. He said he had to go to the barber shop to get a haircut. And I said, well, get them both cut. You know,
yeah, get them all cut.
both of them.
Both of them. Is Dylan
Yeah.
going bald? How old is Dylan?
Oh God, Dylan's in the prime of life.
Brian Clark went down wrestling with Rip Rogers rabbit hole last night. Steven Wilson Jr. may have got snubbed, or the most famous Seymour natives. Well,
who's Steven Wilson Jr.?
He's a singer, I believe. You probably wouldn't know him. He's younger, I think.
Oh well, if he's young,
Singer.
I wouldn't know him.
I think he was just actually on, Brian. He was just on, I think, in Louisville. I don't know if it happened yet or not, but there's like a big rock festival. I believe it's this summer. And he's on he's pretty big time. He was on one of the shows, one of the cards, like with some pretty famous bands.
Right? I wonder if that's
I think it is.
Tim. Wait a minute. You said I think it is, and I haven't even said it yet.
Well, his name's Junior. I thought you were going to say, I wonder if that was Steve Wilson's son.
Well, there's two Steve Wilsons. No.
I think.
Anyway, I'm just going to shut up.
No, I'm just saying that. I think there was one that used to go to the gym at Crossroads. Wasn't there?
I don't know.
I thought so.
I can't think of him.
I thought there was. Yeah, sorry about that. We might have snubbed him, but hey, when you're in Seymour, Rip, and you got that many famous people, it's hard to name them all. You know, like it's tough to do.
Who's famous in Seymour besides your dad?
Manny
the Weasel Valverde, the girl that won Miss America.
You said she wasn't famous when we did our show.
I'm just fucking with you. John
that was what half our show was about.
Well, nobody knows.
You saying she wasn't famous.
Katie Sham.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know that unless you was from there.
You do know we've done like 2 shows on famous people from Seymour, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah, like 2 whole shows naming all these people. That's why he just said Steven Wilson got snubbed, because he watched one of our old shows.
Who watched one of our old shows?
Brian Clark, man.
Oh, that's okay. If Steve Wilson wasn't watching it, who cares then? I cater to my people.
That's right. If Steve Wilson has a show and we're not listed on that, then so be it, you know?
Yeah, the one Steve Wilson, he used to live towards Crothersville, or was from Crudville, whatever.
Oh, yeah?
I think, yeah.
I had a guy last night text me that works with my wife. He's in an airport in Minnesota.
Wait a minute. He works with your wife.
Correct. They were in Minnesota.
Who's they?
The whole group of Aflac people.
Are you sure he wasn't buttering up to your wife?
Well, I'm sure he was, because he needs to. But any further than that, I don't know. He just got married, so probably not. Maybe, you never know. But he was sitting next to a girl at a bar in Minnesota at the airport from Medora. Yeah.
Holy
Said she played basketball against my sister. They somehow started talking about Indiana or whatever. Knew the Booker boys from Medora. Knew that Rod Steele. The Steel Man. Small world, Rip.
He was out for an hour. Big picture with Chili, the Damager, and Rod Steele out for the hour. Got the sniff.
You're gonna need to hold that today, Rip, or you think you're gonna be
I
good?
think I'm doing okay. I can't.
Let me just open these
things.
I cannot wait till these are gone.
Well, you're the one that said it's your daughter said this is the only ones I could use, and they gimmicked them so they can't open.
I didn't mean
they knew
the entire show. I just meant
they knew I can't. I got the bad arm from trying to cut the grass.
David Linville in the house said he watched the Rey Mysterio and Dominic match. I can't remember if I watched that or not. I drank a lot over spring break. You know what's weird is you're getting your notifications today before me.
Well, you're probably on the delay gimmick. Let's see if I go like
Yeah,
this.
but I'm live.
Oh, there's
I'm
the
live.
live gimmick.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
I
1,
can't be
2,
delayed.
3,
I'm live.
4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, then okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Greg Smith said, "Did you guys watch the Dusty biography?" I did not. It was really good. Probably the best one yet.
I missed it.
I did not watch
I
it.
think Adam Parsons did something on. He did some voice stuff for him.
Oh, really?
That's what he told me.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it. Hey, Greg Smith, is that on A&E? Because I get YouTube TV, and the last time I knew, YouTube TV does not get the A&E network. So I literally have missed like every single one of those.
Well, was it one of them things where, like the Randy Savage thing, where they put all nothing but negative shit on there?
I doubt it. I don't know. I've never seen one. I just said I've never seen one.
To me, they're all disgusting. They'd be made. They just want to get dirt on everybody.
I don't think these do, probably because they're WWE.
Oh, okay.
They're WWE produced, I believe.
All right.
So I think a lot of them.
So they would be kayfabing all the flaws
Probably
of the humans.
Yeah. I think,
so like if they was doing one on Vince, they'd be talking about how he bought it for $1 million and then he got $9 billion and what a great thing was. It didn't, and they don't try and kayfabe that he spent $120 million kayfabing all the bitches he's fucked.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think they put a lot of dirt on these.
Okay.
Could be wrong. I just heard Cornette bitching once that they gave like Lawler a 1-hour show, and I think they gave like Page a 2-hour show. I could be wrong on that too. I'm usually wrong on most things.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "How does Jerry the King Lawler, who's been in the business for 50 years, get 1 hour and Page gets 2 hours?"
Paige had a couple matches, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's about it. Well, Paige, they probably had some slow motion replays. Some of the sex tapes they had with Beefy.
Yeah, speaking of good lead in, Rip. It's almost like you meant to do that. I just chopped up yesterday all the Brad Maddox videos. You guys got to go out there, like them, comment on them, help us out, get YouTube to push them out. Some of them have been pushed out. I talked to Brad Maddox yesterday, I think it was.
Now, he spunked on the belt, right?
Well, I mean, we didn't ask him that.
No, but
that's the rumor.
Allegedly.
Yeah. You should have asked him that while he was on the show. He said he would come back on. He said he would like to join us again.
He would come back on or come on the belt. Which one was it? I like to spunk on the belt one time. Just to do it.
Yeah.
I just think I'm 69 years old in the prime of life.
You're just lucky to be able to spunk in general.
Yeah. And if the worm works, that's always a plus, you know. Mm-hmm. Hey, I put a picture of Romer up on whatever it is I got, where he's like 23 and he's got the abs, got all the bitches wanting him and everything.
He used to look good.
Well, do you know why? I did look good? He's in prime of life, baby.
Prime of life.
prime of life.
Hey,
You're in prime of life.
Sure I am. We'll get to the expo here in a little bit. I saw Romer at the expo. He had a nice haircut, Rip. Romer had the new hairdo.
Yeah,
the new haircut.
Well, he got the haircut. Dylan got the haircut this morning.
Tell you what,
and
man.
I need a haircut.
No, grow yours back out.
No, I'm doing the doc gimmick. But then I turned my head down and I saw something in the mirror, and there was a bald-headed guy in the mirror right about. All I saw was bald spots. Did you see Cena's hair?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, it could
awesome.
it could have been a good rib.
No, it's not a rib.
Oh, wait a minute, because like Butch and Luke used to tell me when we was in Portland and we was riding with him, he said, "Mate," he goes, "we got full heads of hair, but we're heels, so we shave the bald spot up at the top and stuff." Just so we can be heels and people can call us baldy and stuff. And then we can react to it, get more reaction. And the matches are easier.
Just like Randy of the Outrunners.
Yeah, Randy's doing the same thing. They're in Joppa, Maryland this weekend.
I think I saw that on
Twitter
or Facebook.
I told him to say hi to Timmy Baltimore for us.
Is Timmy going to be at that show, or you just think he's going to be in Maryland?
I think Timmy should be everywhere. No, but he's
because his name's Baltimore.
Well,
he's going to be there.
He announces for him.
That's why I said I didn't know if that was his like promotion or whatever.
Yeah, that's his.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Still not signed though, Rip. Can't believe the Outrunners still aren't signed. At least I haven't seen it anywhere that they're signed. Pretty disappointing.
Well, Tony, he does everything wrong.
Yeah, he does do a lot wrong. That's for sure.
Well, he's got to learn though.
Well, it's been 3.5 years. Seems like he could.
I know, but you got to
start learning something.
Just think if he'd have been like an assistant football coach, being a graduate assistant and then go to 3 different universities under great college football coaches, he would learn under them and to be as under many different great coaches, great minds as you can get. Tony ain't under anybody. Tony's a goddamn boss.
Yeah, he's never been under.
And he don't know anything about
Yeah.
wrestling. And as far as I've seen, he's about the world's biggest wrestling fan, and he loves wrestling, but he don't know shit about goddamn booking. Fuck, he needs to get somebody. Hell, get Bret Hart in there. Let him do some stuff in there. I bet there wouldn't be no 20 dives, and they'd be diving through there, and 20 people taking a bump all the time.
Yeah, two things on that. Bret Hart just came out and said basically to stop watching John Moxley matches because all he does is bleed every match and nothing means anything. And two, Tony Khan just booked, what is it called? Wembley Stadium or whatever, the big one in England or whatever, 60,000?
No, I think I don't see about 91.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. Did you see where he booked that?
Yeah.
How many you think you'll sell for that thing?
Well, if he lets him in free and charges him $50 to leave.
Well, he can't charge him $50 to leave. Then
Sure he can.
Well, I mean, you can't tell him that beforehand.
No, wait a minute. It's like when I went to Japan, I had a $25 departure tax, right? And I said, well, wait a minute. I don't want to pay it. They said, does that mean I have to stay here? Yeah. Well, wait a minute. So I get 3 meals a day, or what's the deal? I didn't want to pay him $25 departure tax. What a scam. So
don't even look at it. Greg Smith, I usually don't watch the current product, but I watched WrestleMania. Do you guys think they made a mistake by not putting Cody over Roman Reigns? I feel like they missed the opportunity.
You don't take so. First of all, Cody ran away from their company, where he was mid-card at best under how many for how many years. All of a sudden, he goes off with the other guys that start with the Buckaroos and whoever they are, and start the thing with. Shut up! Quit calling me. Leave me alone. God. Anyway, Anyway. So Cody, let him get over. Put him on half-ass on top for 3 years. Let him beat people. Let it mean something, and then let him wrestle him. You don't just go in there and then have a guy beat him first time. Wait a minute. Roman Reigns, who's had the belt for a very, very long time, all of a sudden Cody Rhodes comes in and beats him. Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Okay. So what do you think then for Cody from here? Do you think eventually then you said let him beat people for 3 years? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I'm just that was exaggeration.
Okay, what do you think they'll do with him now?
I don't know what they do with him before. They didn't do nothing with him.
I know, but I understand exactly what you're saying. So, but he did come back.
Yep.
Pushed him, and that's when he tore the pec. Came back again. I mean, he's like one of the only people in that place, which you don't really watch it. It's kind of over. Like the people pop. The people are behind him.
Okay,
like
whoa.
Okay.
Don't get confused with noise and reaction.
It's not fake noise. I know what you mean.
No. You can use every shortcut to get over. That's like Boogie Woogie Jimmy Valiant. What's he do? Nothing. That's why he's over. But he can do a little this or be a Hogan or whatever. You can do all shortcuts for nothing but noise. You can have, that's what so I'll be working in Bill Watts thing. Bill Watts territory. He said, dog ain't here. I know, but listen to the people. They're really into it. Well, I'd rather have the people that were silent and shut up and be a sellout. I don't care about noise and reaction. God.
All right, Greg. So I think Rip answered what he thinks of your question. I don't know, man. I think it depends on what they do with him from here. Like if he loses again now to Brock Lesnar, I think the steam will run off. I don't know if you know this, Rip. I was going to talk about it in a little bit. So they had Brock Lesnar kill him on Monday night after WrestleMania. They were going to be a tag, and then Lesnar just destroyed him for like 10 minutes. I don't know if they started too early or what, but it went on forever. And Brock just
shows him you're human.
Beat the ever-loving shit out of him.
It shows he's human.
Correct.
And
but
then
he did just lose. So, I mean, that kind of showed he was human too, I think, right?
Well, you sure as hell got Brock over, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think it just depends on where they go.
Hey, just think, in any sport, and I'm comparing wrestling to a sport, It's like the NBA. What's happening now? All of a sudden, the Lakers might do good in these playoffs.
Here comes LeBron, baby.
That's right. You get 3 wins in a row. In sports, you get on fire. You go into a slump. Wrestling needs to be treated like people are on fire. Hey, let's put this guy in the main event. He's on fire. This guy was a main eventer. Now he's sort of in a slump.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put him down the card, but now people get behind him because they want to see him back on top again. Treat it like a sport.
Yeah.
Is all you got to do. It's pretty fucking simple. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I think everybody except I'm going to say everybody. I think everybody thought
everybody.
I thought everybody thought Cody Rhodes was going to win, except Rip. We're going to go over our predictions from 2 weeks ago, and I got in my notes here that Rip says for his prediction of that match, Roman Reigns kills Cody.
That's right. That's right.
Did you have inside info on this, Rip?
No.
Man, that's awesome. You
predicted. You don't want stuff to be. Nobody in the world would have thought that. Now all of a sudden,
you.
I know, but all of a sudden, now Roman Reigns took another big step up. Now Cody's back to the drawing board. Now all of a sudden, let's say Cody gets in a 69 match win streak. Holy shit! Because he wasn't prepared. He had been in the other group in AEW for a while, and he forgot the tendencies of the other guys. He underestimated his strength because they didn't have as guys like Roman Reigns in AEW, and Cody sort of got complacent. He got complacent. He went from the ABA to the CBA or whatever,
Now, I don't think this to be true, but what if?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember when Cody went to AEW and he took the sledgehammer to the throne, like the Triple H throne on AEW?
Uh-huh.
What if they're holding a grudge, build Cody up just to have him lose, just to have him get killed by Brock, and now they're just going to make him lose to everybody?
No matter what, he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Correct.
So then they're the marks.
What if they do that, though, just because he did all that shit?
Well, they might, but they're hurting themselves.
Yeah, I know, but I think it'd be wild if that happened. So anyway, just to put a little perspective in it, I think Cornette was a little shocked. He thought it was time for Cody to win, and he's kind of saying, well, we'll see. I don't know if he can get all that steam back or not. See what they go, what they do from here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Rip called it though. You heard it here first on Wrestling with Rip Rogers. Rip Rogers right here from the main event of WrestleMania. One of the only people in the world predicted Roman Reigns.
Yeah, well,
you're on fire,
Rip. What can
Rip.
you say? I've been at this a while. It ain't my first county fair. And I treat this as a sport. And I treat this of when marks think they're so fucking smart, they're not. No, they think they're all fucking Booker. Because they get the fucking cheat sheets, the scam sheets, or whatever it is. They know wrestling. They don't know.
I think I know what you're going to say. The answer to this question is: who do you think had the final say on that finish? Who went over in that match?
Well, no matter what, it's Vince.
Okay, that's what I figured. Vince, you think?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
He could have been. He could be in Tahiti.
Do you think?
And no matter what, he's telling you everything to do.
Let's say it's Vince's call, and Vince says Cody's Roman's going to win.
Right.
Do you think anybody went to Vince and said, Vince, here's why we think maybe Cody, or you think, oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's great.
Anybody that's on their payroll, all you're going to do, what a great idea, Vince.
Okay.
My God, you got to be an ass kisser or he'll just get rid of you. My God. Mr. McMahon, you look like Mr. you're Mr. Olympia.
Hey, Greg, I hope we answered your question. Man, that's one of the longest things we've ever done on here, Rip. We need to do that more often.
What did we do?
Like just did like a segment, so to speak.
We would just start talking. Hey, did I mention?
No, we didn't start talking. We answered Greg Smith's great question.
We're going to be at Derby City Wrestling on Sunday?
No, tell everybody. No, tell the people.
Norton Community Building.
Tell them right in that microphone.
I am telling them.
Tell them again.
In Louisville, Kentucky, this Sunday night. I'm going to be wrestling. We're going to be with Dave Marquez in Derby City Wrestling right there at the Norton Care Center or whatever. You guys know what it is. I don't live there. Hey, you're getting a little bit of buzz. That's all there is.
All right, we got a new person in the chat here. I'm going to go take a look at the chat. I hadn't been in there in a while. It says Beaster's Card Corner.
It says what?
I'm up here. You're past. Yours goes automatically. It says, what's your grumble and grunt situations like? Do you have any idea what that means?
Yes, grumble and grunt means cunt.
Oh, don't say that.
You
You
just say,
can't.
well, he should just say
Okay.
say grumble. I know how to speak Cockney. You can say just grumble. Let's say the other thing.
Ah, God, I hope we don't get.
What rhymes with runt? Whatever.
Oh Lord.
Cough,
This
Booker,
channel
cough. What
is-
bid Hall mean say? Cough.
I don't know. I'm way up here. We're going through. Let's see. I also watched Ray and Dominic tag match. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, David. We are going to actually talk a little wrestling here today. I know I
We
said
are?
I
Okay.
didn't watch WWE, but interesting in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just never got into that Ray Dominic feud at all. Greg Smith says the Randy Savage one was from A&E 2. It was the only one that was like that. I absolutely hated the Randy Savage one. They tried to bury him. Nobody on there even knew Randy. Oh, that was the one they had like Bubba the Love Sponge on. And
Is that the one where we
I
had
think-
we had that girl, Gorgeous George, on?
I don't know. Maybe she was
But
on.
that was
I didn't see any of it. I just heard people talk about it.
because I know I did that one for the one they did in England or Australia or whatever it was, and we did it at
my
the
house.
old Lila Studios, and I made sure I did not say one negative thing.
Yeah. I couldn't stop looking at Cena's hair between that and his lack of tan. No shit, he was so white. Cena was, he looked like Adam Revolver out there.
Well,
He
I
was
don't
so
think-
white.
Well, I don't. Well, John's got, remember he had the sort of blondish hair, so I don't think he was ever going to get a real good tan. And
Oh, he was tan. Did you see the video I showed you today? He was tan at OVW. I mean, he used to be tanner than I see.
when you're rich,
He was never going to be Hulk Hogan
when you're
tan, but
rich, you don't give a shit about being tan.
apparently not, because he looked
Uh-uh.
like he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, you say he's so filthy rich now. He can do what the hell he wants to anyway. That'd be a hell of a rib. He ought to just get skinnier than shit if he wanted to, which he ain't gonna do. Then he can beat everybody.
AEW's running Wembley Stadium. Yeah, we just talked about that.
They'll be lucky to draw 25,000.
Ben Hameen said this was 11 minutes ago, so I don't know what he was referring to. Cough, Booker, cough. What were you talking about? Do you have
You
any-
was talking about. Was you talking about the Phoenix Suns when I was talking about the NBA?
I don't know how
You said something about. Or are you talking about Medora?
Booker. I don't know. Maybe we're talking about being a booker. I don't know, like of a show. I have no idea. I got to keep up. Yours is live. You should be able to keep up with yours.
I
Rip.
can't even see it. My eyes are so bad. I'm supposed to get my eyes. Well, I remember the guy said it's time to get your appointment, and I said, "Well, hell, I can't see anyway. I can't see because your eyes are getting worse and worse."
Greg Smith said, "I will defer to Rip on this one." His argument makes sense. You got to beat several contenders before you get to fight for the title.
Yes, you got to be on fire.
I remember Rip didn't hesitate at all. He immediately said Roman wins. Oh yeah, did you see the new picture of Vince with the black hair?
Oh
and
my
the
God,
mustache?
that
What's
is so.
What is?
Wait a minute, that
What
is
is
so horrible. That is so ugly
It was awesome.
that it's great.
Yeah.
He's like with him. He looks like a sex pervert in some movie or something. And it's so 1950ish. It's great.
So I did the first time I saw somebody post the picture. I thought it was like I thought somebody made that picture.
I did too.
I
at
didn't know it
first.
was
I didn't
really
know
him.
He would actually do that.
That was awesome.
Maybe he owes some woman another 12 million, and he's kayfabing her, and she won't know that's him because he got the mustache. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, you tell people. Look at the. Do you show people your T-shirt you got on?
Yeah, wrestling with Rip Rogers. Can't already see it. Let me lean back here.
Prime of Life.
Wrestling with Rip Rogers. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com right here. Get this shirt right here. Everybody threatens to buy him, Rip. Nobody ever buys them. I think we might have sold one more. I'll have to double look at that. I think there was one more. I think I owe you like $3 or something.
Well, you got
out there.
about 50 hot women that follow the Von Lilas fan club. Surely they could buy them.
We go there and get them. Let's see. I see Mickey James gave up her Knockouts championship. Yeah, she. I don't know if it's a part of a storyline or not. I haven't kept up with it. We just saw Mickey James 2 weekends ago at the or last weekend, wasn't it? Whenever it was.
Yeah, last week.
Last weekend. Maybe it is part of the thing. Gave up her title, said she hurt ribs or something. She looked fine when she was hugging all over you. Did she break her ribs hugging you so hard, Rip?
Well, I was trying to talk dirty to her during the interview and stuff like that. And then she about bit me. Like
Yeah, I
that.
saw that. Yeah, it was sexy. I liked it.
Well, she did. She does like to bite and get bit. So
Yeah.
what the hell?
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'll never tell.
The Reels Randy documentary was incredible. Reels. That's the one was that the one Rip was on? Reels?
I think
Greg
that was
Smith,
it.
I think. I still haven't been able to find it. You sent it to me once or told me I can't find it anywhere. I would love to see it. It was at my house, for crying out loud. I'd like to see that one. He said it was incredible. So I'm sure that's the one you were in. All Big Brother Tony Khan, Ben Hameen said. Hell yeah.
What'd Ben say?
He'll Big Brother Tony Khan.
Oh, Big Brother
Bruce Price,
TK. Vince looks like Vincent Price. Well,
yeah, they said that was the one you were in, the one on Reels. Still can't find it. Ben Hameen sent me some link to watch something. Were you on some other thing, Monster Factory thing or something? Told me to watch it.
Probably.
I couldn't figure out
I
how to
was
watch
on-
it at all.
I did a couple seminars there, and they taped stuff.
I clicked a couple links,
Uh-huh.
took me to some crazy shit, and couldn't figure it out.
Because I remember Damian Priest was going there.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, and Spagnoli, Matt Ritter.
Riddle.
Yeah, Matt Riddle. Yeah, Matt Riddle. I go, hey man, yeah, Spagnoli or whatever the guy was in that movie.
Yeah.
So he was funnier than shit. I think he was high then too. He was toasted. He was
BDM 5 says wanted to buy a shirt and out of the larger sizes. Well, shit. Huh. All right. Hey, make sure that you guys are look at all these guys in green right there, Rip.
I can't see.
Go ahead and get to our page and become a member, man. Memberships. I need to get some more wrestling videos out for members only. I've been on vacation, guys. I was on vacation, so
You was probably on a cruise with your sexy wife.
haven't done a lot. Yeah, I was went to
Mhm.
Florida, man. Went to Destin and had a good time.
You was hanging out at the thing last week taking some pics, taking some stuff at the Fan Fest here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's talk about the Fan Fest. Phil Seal was on here, the big guy we showed for Muncie that beat you up when he was my manager.
No, he didn't beat me up.
We had him on here the other week.
Is that the guy that beat me in arm wrestling?
No, that was Johnny Hostetler.
Okay, Johnny Stetler. Okay.
Brad Knight, Seymour, Indiana's on here.
Oh
Said he needs
shit!
a size fat shirt.
Oh, he's knocking himself.
I think
Shit.
I just saw him on Facebook. He's like losing weight.
Yeah,
getting all fit at 50. I think it is. He's looking good.
Yeah, I'm just the opposite. All I do since I'm so messed up, I can't. I got a big old belly.
You don't either.
The hell I don't.
You're eating all this candy, man.
I only eat it when I'm here.
Well, all right. So last weekend we had the golly. Sorry. Last weekend we had the big Fan Fest, Indianapolis, Indiana, the Circle Center Expo. Rip Rogers was there. All the top stars were there, man. Buff Bagwell was there. Scott Steiner was there. Mickey James was there. Ruby Soho was there. Warlord and Barbarian. The Axe and Smash. Christian was right by. Mick Foley was right next to you, Rip. Right
Yeah,
next
he
to your
said hi-
table
he-
was
yeah,
Mick Foley.
I had him say hi to Adam Parsons. I said, "Hey, say hi to Adams." He goes, "Hi, Adam." So
Oh, yeah.
so Adam like that.
Yeah, I saw Adam put that on the his
Yeah.
Facebook. And
Did
I
he?
was like, hey, and Mick Foley turns on and says, "Hey, Adam."
Yeah.
I was like, is Adam Parsons really there? And then I kind of figured it out.
I said, "Mick, say hi to Adam." Okay, hi, Adam. Good rip.
Anybody there you like seeing, Rip? Like anybody you hadn't seen in a while that was good to catch up with? I mean, the place was packed, man. I went there on Saturday, and at least for a few hours, it was a packed house.
Yeah, it was really good. We got to remember Indianapolis is, 3 hours from Chicago, 4 hours from St. Louis, 2 hours from Louisville. Then you got a million people in the metropolitan area here. So there's a lot of population here.
Yeah.
So it always does good.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, they just ran a year ago, so I don't know. It's been a once a year. I didn't know
Right.
how it would do the next year, but I think this was the third one, maybe actually. But it was packed house on Saturday. Mick Foley had a long line. Man, there's a lot of people there to see Mick. MJF was there on Friday night. Did you ever get to see him? I wasn't there Friday.
I didn't see him. Oh, yeah, I didn't see him. No.
Who else was there?
It's funny that was there on a Friday because don't they have a live show on Friday?
I don't think so. I think it's all Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Don't they record Wednesday?
I don't know.
Somebody out there would know, but I think they record everything on Wednesday and then they show it on Friday. I think. Again, I could be wrong. I'm wrong on I'm wrong on a lot of stuff. Let's tell that story, man.
I heard.
Tell that story.
But which one?
About the I heard. There was a story out there that you got slapped in the face. So can you just tell that story?
Yeah, I asked Scott Steiner. I said, Scotty, did you ever slap the shit out of me? You know, and I said, if you did, I don't remember. You must have hit me so goddamn hard. And I said, oh, and I have a hard time remembering anyway. Or I might have said something stupid. That was my gimmick. He goes, I never slapped you. I said, well, hell, I heard it on Dutch's thing that you slapped the shit out of me. I said, no, I said, I thought you was funny and I was scared to death of your brother, you know, because he was the guy, he was going to kick my ass when we was in Conyers, Georgia, I think, when Ron Simmons' hometown, when you worked with George Weingroff and George was legally blind and you do Enter the Frankenstein, it was sort of messed up. And I went like I sort of chuckled, you know, and then Rick was going to kill me. And I said, I refuse. I said, you're not going to kill me. You will kill me. Hell no. I ain't fight. No, you will kill me. You ain't fighting me, Steiner. Leave me alone. He said, your brother started laughing. So.
So he said no. He never slapped you. So that was just another story. The Dutch man tells.
But it is a good story, though. So
the Dutch said, Dutch told that he heard or no. I think he actually said he saw that one. But remember in the story, he was like, I think
what
he said something like that.
God, I'd like to have Dutch represent me in court when I do something wrong because he's a hell of a storyteller and he knows all the right key words. Well, you know, I thought maybe, you know, whatever it looked like to me, you know. So such is life.
Yeah, I got that. If you guys go, I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, Von Lilas at Facebook. I got a bunch of the videos up there. I can't remember if I posted the one on YouTube or not, but man, on Facebook, Rip, it's got like 11,000 views or something like that. Bagwell, did you ever talk to Buff while you were there, Rip?
Yeah, I did.
Did you end up talking to Buff?
Yeah, because Buff, he always tells me whenever he sees me, I'm the reason he got a job at WCW.
Yep.
I said, well, you know, we had some good matches in Global, and I knew how to work with you, so I just highlighted you, and you was lucky enough to get a job. So in other words, all the shit that's happened to you where you're in your 20s and you're a star, so you're really not a very good person. Let's put it that way. In other words, you're a fucking asshole. And then you figure it out later on. And if I wouldn't have got you in that early, you'd probably been a real nice guy. But then again, I ended up the same way. So what the fuck, right?
Buff was looking good. I mean, he had some troubles or issues, and I think he was in a wreck or something at one time. But he was looking pretty good. I talked to him for a while. He remembered me actually from the old Muncie days.
Yeah, in the Shadow.
The Shadow, yeah.
Right.
He actually pointed at me when I was walking through and talked to him a little bit. He said he's going to come on the show. We'll see if that really happens or not. Gave me his phone number. Said get a hold of him. He said he'd be happy to come on to the show. Rip.
Did I talk about Dave Marquez and how I'm going to be at Derby City Wrestling Sunday at the Norton building in Louisville? Dylan Boss is going to be there. I'm trying to get you in there, get all the strings pulled, but Dylan's the man, you know, Romer, all the top stars, you know.
Who is Dylan wrestling this weekend or this time?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. He wrestled the Pope last time we was there for TV.
Who won?
Dylan won.
Dylan beat him?
Dylan beat him, yeah. Dylan's
wow. Ah, shoot.
What happened?
Dylan is on. No, I was trying to send a video to my thing, but I don't have the Wi-Fi on. Rip is one of the few guys that are universally respected by everyone in wrestling. I don't know about everyone.
I don't know about everyone either. But at least it sounded good.
Yeah. Phil Steele said WrestleMania notes. We're going to get to those WrestleMania notes here in just a little bit. Wrestling with Rip Rogers should go do the Charlotte Fan Fest again. Did you go to Charlotte?
No, I didn't go to that. Wait a minute. I went to one.
Oh, you went
years ago. Yeah, it was years ago when I went. Yeah, that was a 2-day thing. I remember going. Greg Price ran it then. Greg Price was the guy that ran the Charlotte Fan Fest. Yeah, I was at that one years ago. But they got another one coming up, or they had it, or whatever. Usually, these things wasn't my thing, but
Pretty cool. I like them.
oh yeah, they are. But I'm just like some guys, they'll get on the bandwagon early and this. And I know I'm going to be in the one in Ashland, Kentucky, the first weekend in what is it now?
This is April.
In the first weekend in May. And then there's going to be the one in St. Louis, right outside of St. Louis with Herb Simmons. There's going to be a whole shitload of guys there. So I know that will be a good one.
Yeah, I liked Warlord and Barbarian, man. That was the highlight of my day, I think.
Well, Warlord, I had him when he was at Kansas City. And I remember him weighing 338.
What was he called, Warlord then, or what was he then? Do you remember?
I can't remember. That sounds like, I think that's what it was. His real name was Terry Supinski.
Oh, really?
And he played football. And I think it was Northern Iowa was where he was from. Yeah, but we had the Barbarian, him. They was huge.
Barbarian, man. I always loved the Barbarian. Just everything about him. I just always loved him. First time I ever met him, he was nice as could be the other day. Man, he was awesome. I was marking out big time. What's his background? What's his story?
He's
you know
a
anything
tough
about?
Son of a bitch. The only person I ever seen him scared of was his wife. Oh, she had him. I heard she had him by the ear, and he was just backing up and begging for the whatever. Imagine that. I guess we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
And then how about this, Rip? You tried to. I'm glad I stood up for myself. You tried to get me to take a picture of you guys.
Of who?
Who in the fuck are we just talking about?
Barbarian.
Yeah.
But you
tried to get me to take a picture of you three.
Uh-huh.
I said, no, I'm in the damn picture.
Okay.
And I got the other guy that was with them to take our picture. And then not only did I get the picture, then Warlord. Yeah, Warlord. I keep wanting to say Wardlow.
Yeah.
Warlord got me in the chokehold.
Yeah.
Yeah. You try to get him. Can't try to get me to take the picture. You got to get me in the picture, Rip.
Oh.
I want to be in the pictures. I don't want to be taking the pictures.
Okay.
Okay. Note to self.
Yeah, I got it.
Next time I'm in one of these things, get me in there, Rip.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
I am glad I used to back in the day, I would have just taken the picture and then I would have been like, damn, I wish I would have been in that picture. It only took me 50 years to start speaking up.
It's like Sergeant Slaughter was in that one room. So Romer's getting his picture taken. He goes, Rip, get in here. Did I get in there? Hell no, because he said, treat me like a mark, saying, get in here. I go, hell no. Treat me, even though I wanted to get in there.
Well, you can treat me like a mark all day long.
Even though I wanted to get in there with the Sarge, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it because Romer said, come on, get in the picture. No.
How well do you know Sergeant Slaughter?
I don't.
You don't really?
No, just I've been different, highs and buys and whatever when he was wrestling with fucking like I was working for shows for Earl Ole and he was with Crockett and they were combo shows. I just say hi, whatever, and that would be it. So
you still had the dyed mustache.
Oh yeah.
Still looking the same. I think DDP is working with Buff, trying to get him straightened out. Hopefully it sticks. David Linville in the house. I remember one time George Weingroff was an ICW TV. I forget who it was. Who was the opponent? I forget. At the time.
They're talking about when George Weingroff, he had like a little telescope was what it was. It looked like a microscope, a real little thing. And he could see from like you had like binoculars was what it was.
So we really want to give it was it because
no,
he
it was
blind?
Real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was real. George is legally blind, and he always drove a car, but he didn't have a license, I don't think, because he couldn't have passed no test. And George would play basketball.
Yeah, well, he could wrestle. I mean,
yeah, but wrestling is it ain't like you're 5 feet from the guy or whatever. Is one thing.
So, do you remember who he was wrestling?
I can't remember who but it might have been Pez.
Had his opponent stomp.
It might have been Pez was a heel, and then he stomped it and broke his eyeglass, or maybe it was me, because I remember laughing about it. No, I remember laughing about it all the time because I'd be imitating him on TV.
Maybe it was
that
me.
he couldn't see it, and I had the cane and sunglasses on, and it was
Oh, wow.
all the stuff that you did then and you wouldn't be allowed to do today.
Right. Yeah. You'd be canceled.
Right. I'd be canceled.
Phil Seal just wrote a novel about WrestleMania.
Who did?
Phil Seal.
Okay.
Cena was bald and white. Why the hell? Logan Paul, hell of an athlete. Trish's face is semi-recognizable. Boobs somehow gotten bigger. Semi-recognizable. I thought Trish looked great. Get Dominic off TV. I don't know, man. A lot of people are he's starting to get a lot of, like, I think legit heat. Not
Who's that?
Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, he gets heat with me, but it ain't the right kind of heat.
That's
So
what I'm saying. I think
yeah.
he's starting to get getting the right kind of heat with the crowd, but you just don't like that he was probably just right on TV. I think you had said.
I'm looking at it, and this is from somebody that's been in the business over 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this guy now. His dad's 5'3", and then he comes out there, and he's obviously not an athlete. He looks like a girl. No, as far as physique.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, now, but and he's getting a push, and we have guys wrestle for 15 years and whatever, but I never get a chance to do anything with a big company. And here's some guy that's just because he's somebody's son, which is the norm in any business, but I don't have to like it, and I don't have to agree with it. You know what I mean? And he went from being totally fucking rotten. He's got some nice facials now.
Yeah.
And now he's so rotten and non-athletic that he's getting regular heat because they know he ain't any good. And it's impossible for him to be any good.
And he's kind of playing the Weasley heel.
Oh yeah, he's
him,
win, right. No, he's really learning becoming a star. Yeah. No, what I get mad about, and it's only my business, is that guys that have been there and done that don't get a chance to do it.
Well, I mean, that's the same argument people make against Logan Paul and Pat McAfee. I mean, the same deal. Like, they're getting these Pat. I don't know if you know this or not. Pat got a WrestleMania match. He wasn't even on the card, booked or anything. He was a surprise guy. They hit him all day. He had a match with The Miz, and people, have the same comments on the internet about guys like that. Even though Logan Paul is becoming a star.
Yeah, I see.
He never really.
I see the business.
Yeah,
I see now. If Pat McAfee, you're for him not to have a match and not to make promos leading up to it, they're just, fucking stupid. How many more? Because he's got that crossover audience with the NFL, and he's got that crossover audience with the College Game Day.
Mm-hmm.
They might have done 50,000 extra buys by highlighting him. And we're talking about bottom line. And then what's the Paul kid's name?
Logan Paul. He was promoted.
Okay, he was promoted. He's got how many millions of followers?
Yeah.
So he's going to bring them young girls in and the young guys in just to see him. And he had your basic scripted choreographed match like everybody does today. Is he any good? No, he does a bunch of moves. But it takes years and years and years, and they never get what a character is. It's not the moves. They go in there with their, here's my 22 big moves. Every false finish. I can kick out a 2.9 and I can go, I can't believe he kicked out. And it's the same shit. Excuse me. You know what? Well, you know what's bad is when you get knowledge. If I was a fan, I'd say, oh my God, this Logan Paul is great. Pat McAfee, oh my God, they hardly do any wrestling. And Pat McAfee's beating the Miz, who's been a star for how many years? Pat McAfee's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is just another man's opinion that only a handful in the world have done what I've done for that long. So I got a different perspective on it. It'd be like Bobby Knight as basketball coach, and I'm really dating myself there, where they're saying, the guy saying, yeah, but coach, I had a double-double. He said, no, you had a forkle double because you had 10 bad passes and 10 violations. So you think you did good, and I think you did the shits.
Yeah.
So I'm just reporting on stuff that other people don't really see because they don't even know it even exists.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Logan Paul is kind of he does. I think do the other stuff, especially now that he's a heel. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
a good heel. I think he has great facials. I think he might be kind of the exception to a lot of it. I mean, I do agree he does a lot of moves. He
Uh-huh.
does he jumped off the top whatever onto the table again, just like he did in the last match. Like how many times? It's like Shane McMahon doing the same move
Oh,
every big match. Do you see where he busted his quad, tore his
okay.
quad?
And I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I don't want to see it. But if just think if his dad was like if the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl,
he'd be on the team.
he'd be starting quarterback in the Super Bowl because
the only time he
daddy'd
played
get
all
it.
year.
Yeah. So now I just think of this. When you go in and try and do stuff like Shane McMahon does, he's an office guy. He is not a pro wrestler. So, and like if you would get hurt in wrestling in about 3 weeks, you got to retrain your body. You need practice, reps and reps and reps in the ring to get your body bump shape again. And what happened was he did one move and he just destroyed his
He
leg.
did a leapfrog.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, but he's 50 years old,
Oh,
something
probably.
like
He's
that.
got to be older than me, I would think.
Okay, so you just don't come off the street and do that. And if not, he would have been able to move the next day anyway. He'd have been so sore. You can go out there and want to do that stuff, but you're probably either going to hurt your opponent. You're either going to hurt your opponent because you're going to kill him, or it's going to look phonier than shit because you're not any good. You have to practice this shit. Practice to get good in any sport and any job. And you just don't come in and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do this," and I'm over. Didn't happen.
Yeah. Let's get back in the chat here. I don't like it either that Dominic is taking a spot from someone. He's got all the tools based on Ray. Dave Limos kind of half and half. Believe what Dutch says on his podcast. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Greg Smith, I think it's stupid they bring a Logan Paul in and he can do all the moves that makes wrestling look like it's easy. That has been said by others I've seen. He shouldn't be doing all the impressive moves right away. Yeah, I can see that side of it too as well.
If I was Logan Paul, I would be dominated the whole match. Then at the end, he gets something in, the guy moves, and he's the underdog the whole time. I don't think fans want to see a rookie coming out and dominating somebody that's a real pro or whatever, because it just makes the whole business look like a piece of shit. Here's some guy comes off the street. He's not even a real wrestler, and he can beat wrestlers. But
Yeah.
that's, I respect he's drawing money because of the crossover audience. Pat McAfee will do that. And just think if Pat would have went in there and got his ass beat. Well, hell, he's just an announcer in a football play. He's not a real pro.
Yeah.
And the Miz has been wrestling for hell. He's been up there
He used to be the world champ.
Yes. So Pat McAfee's wrestling a world champ at WrestleMania, and he got beat. And then Pat could fucking sell the fucking neck or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I could show Pat doing, he's always getting something in whenever the Miz is on. I can't wait till I get in there with him.
Yeah.
I've got a surprise for the Miz next time. Oh my God. And people would get caught into that.
I think these are just the big WrestleMania surprise
Right.
And the WrestleMania moment. They're not trying to build, I guess, a story out or whatever.
Well, I guess they're stupid.
And I think
if I'm going to have Pat McAfee wrestling, I'm going to advertise it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The Paul Kid wrestling, I'm going to advertise it.
But I also think, don't they always have, like, maybe these guys know, don't they always have some sort of WrestleMania surprise or something in that kind of the thing?
I think so, but in this case with the social media, it used to be that, but here's a guy from 20 years ago, or whatever. But now, no. Well, Pat McAfee is a superstar in how many different markets or whatever you call it, media groups or whatever, and the Paul Kid is the same way.
Yeah,
it's a different ball game now. The chance to take those buy rates for that pay-per-view and jack them right up. Shit, I bet they got the Pat McAfee merchandise and stuff. Logan Paul merchandise.
Yeah,
it's a super big deal now.
Nick Beckham in the house, Rip. Dr. Beckham, Man Beast, Dr. Man Beast. They need to promote Pat McAfee having a WrestleMania match with Rip in his corner. Rip turns on Pat when he takes his packing out and shoves it in his mouth. I would watch.
Holy shit, that would be awesome. I'd do that. Do you think I'm packed right now?
I'm not.
I know, but do you
Greg
think?
Smith, yes, Greg
Okay,
Smith.
well, if you would have betted against me, you would have lost. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we need to say about it.
Logan should have came in and wrestled like someone that's a novice, whatever that means. Don't use those. I don't know what that word
Novice.
mean.
That means you're a green guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Put green guy.
Yeah.
He should be relying on his strengths.
Or he should have worked with some big star, and the star kill him. Then he's got the whole thing of next time.
Yeah. Because I think he did resign, so I think he's gonna wrestle some more. So, Carl Brown in the house said, "I'm in your neck of the woods."
What neck of the woods is that?
I don't know. Greg Smith overthinking it. I don't know who this person is. The Tamalian Vanesh, big fan from India.
V. Oh yeah, Big V.
You know that person?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Shit, me and Big V ran. Hell.
Big fan from India.
Oh hell yeah.
Does Big V still live in India or from India?
He's fucking. Let's see. Did he go down to Georgia? I can't remember where he's at now. But we're always touching base on the.
Well, Big V's on.
Yeah.
Says the sad part is most work of these days are more gymnastics. Yeah, I think Greg Smith said that too. I read. It is. It's all too smooth. Gymnastics. It's just another.
That's what Bret Hart.
That's what I hate about that shit. Man.
Well, I mean, okay, but they're not catering. I know they're not catering to us old fuckers.
Yeah,
they're catering to kids. Kids don't know any better, and marks don't know any better. So you can serve them a shit sandwich, and you serve them that shit sandwich for a year straight, and all they know is that shit sandwich, no matter how bad. That's just like the Orange Cassidy gimmick, right? When he would do that slow motion shit. I saw that for 5 seconds and I just fucking freaked out, and I said, oh, I can't watch it. No, I refuse. No fucking way. And then all he's doing is what the boss wants him. He's making a lot of money. He's living his dream. I can't get mad at Orange.
I'm not really mad at any of the wrestlers.
Right.
I mean,
they're just following orders.
I'm probably more jealous than anything. Like, these sons of bitches are out here doing this. I tried for a decade to do it. Now they just walk in.
Hey, they're making all the money. They're on nationwide, some of it's worldwide television. Knowing them bitches, they can get their dick sucked from every bitch there is. Wow.
I'm not worried about that. I'm married. Happily married.
Well, you can be what the hell? Well, I'm not talking about you, but they're living the dream. They're making more money in a year than I made in a lifetime.
Oh, sure.
And it's not a knock. It's just like in any sport. Hell, what's the first round draft pick's going to make in the NFL?
A bunch.
Right. They're going to make what $40 million guaranteed or something like that. When I was a kid, in every sport, the guy would work the season because that's when they got paid. Then they'd go out and get a job. Mm-hmm. This guy sold cars. This guy sold insurance. This guy worked at the goddamn hardware store or whatever. It's just a different time, such is life. Too bad. We was born at a different time. Can't help it.
True. Greg Smith says, at least they show Pat has been trained. That is true. Last year, WrestleMania, whenever it was, remember they actually showed you, I think. Or I was in it too.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Yeah, I was in the video. Me and you were in the video. They actually took your name out of it. They said Rip Rogers, and then they took the name out, but left you in there.
Yeah, they hate me because I fucking knock them when they do stupid shit. Excuse me. They ought to fucking pay me to fucking knock them because they're too busy not watching their own product, and anybody that they're not going to say, no, that's the shits, and this is why.
Yeah.
And then if I was then the owner or who's ever in charge, you say, well, I think that's right. So they could maybe change it a little bit. And they said, oh, or they could say, no, this is the reason we do it, A, B, C, D, and E. I said, oh, well, that's a good reason. You make more fucking money. So I understand now. And that's all that matters.
It's a good point, though. At least they do show Pat train like a little while, The Big V, as you call him, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because he's got a promotion, I think, because he was running some shows.
Hey, we're going to run through these results real quick, just so we have our results. Ray vs. Dom. Rip picked Rey Mysterio. I picked Rey Mysterio. The winner was Rey Mysterio.
So
Both got that one right.
Well, usually in the big show, it's babyface over.
Correct. I think we talked about that. Ray got actually spanked him as well, so that was kind of getting
Yeah.
some retribution there.
Mhm.
Seth versus Logan Paul. Rip, man, you got beat on this one. You picked Logan Paul. I took Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was the
Well,
victor.
really, they're smart by putting him over. But I thought it would be babyface over because they're looking at, well, this is.
Yeah. Logan Paul.
Yeah. I couldn't.
Yeah, with all his Austin Theory versus John Cena. We both picked Theory. Theory did win the match. Now, I don't know if you saw any of the match or not, Rip, but they had a Cena, I think, had him tapping out. Something happened. Ref was down.
It's
something.
got to be a gimmick finish.
Theory did the low blow.
And
got the 1, 2, 3.
And Theory is the star for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's time for John. Like guys put John over. It's time to John for return the favor for the business. And John's all business.
Yep. I Intercontinental, the 3-way match with Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. We both picked Gunther to retain. They beat the shit out of each other in this match, Rip, and Gunther did retain the title. I thought maybe that they would have, I think we talked about somebody else winning against the other guy, so Gunther could get pushed a little higher, but they're going to keep him the champ, so we both got that one.
You and Gunther would be a good match. You both got pretty much, yeah.
I wouldn't want to take those chops, though. I
Well,
just like giving them.
He wouldn't want to take yours either.
I don't like taking them. Yeah, that's what I would think. That it's kind of wild because I look at Gunther and I'm like, man, that's kind of me. Like,
right.
That would, and I never really thought, especially these days, if my style, so to speak, would have made it. But there's the one guy you always used to say, one of everything.
Right. That's just we're talking about. Now you got who we had. He had Ray and Dom. Now that's a totally different style.
Yeah.
Then you had Logan Paul, which he's bringing a different food to the buffet. So everybody's different, and that's the way you're supposed to be. We don't want 10 lucha matches in a row.
Yeah.
We don't want 10 chop fests in a row. We don't want a bunch of high spot matches in a row. You want to spread that shit out so everybody gets their time in the sun.
Sounds like you're giving AEW some advice here.
Well,
they do the same match every match in a row.
Same.
Every match in AEW is pretty much the exact same match. Usos versus Sami Zayn and Owens. I don't know. I got some weird notes here.
What did I say?
I written down. I got Zayn back to the Usos, and I got a swerve. So I don't know if neither one of us predicted Sami and Owens stayed together and won the belts.
So that looks stupid.
Why?
Because, that's good. I was on a comma, and you said why?
Yeah, why?
We got a fat guy in a t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
with Sammy, and Sammy is
a skinny guy in a t-shirt.
Yes. Yeah. And the Usos, who have been they've been a tag team for how long? So they should be a pro wrestling machine.
Well, yes.
And then
and they have been. They've been the champs like 20 times or something crazy. They've been there 15 years maybe.
But then again, we're looking at usually it's babyface over on this, and then heels get their heat back on TV the next night.
In defense, and maybe you don't know this, but Sammy and Kevin Owens, I think, have kind of on again, off again tag team for the last 20 years in like Ring of Honor and the Indies and all that kind of stuff. And Cornette's thing was neither one of them are ever going to be the world champ because of what you said.
Like shit.
One of them's a fat guy in a t-shirt and one of them's a skinny guy in a t-shirt. So to make the fans happy, you're
rewarding them for being skinny fat and lazy. Yeah. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Well,
if Vince McMahon is paying, Vince McMahon is paying Von Lilas $1 million a year. Wouldn't you take every spare moment you had to make a better promo, to get your body in better wrestling shape, to get it in a bodybuilding looking? You would take your everything.
I mean, you would think, but maybe
like that.
But you know what? If they keep signing me and keep paying me more every time, the fatter I get, I might be. It's like, well, I'll just keep getting fat, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Apparently, they don't care about.
For me, I'm fat and I'm just miserable.
Yeah, I get it. But apparently they don't care because Owens and Zayn's physiques have not changed, I don't think, in a positive way since they've been there. So
Well, it's excuse me. Now if Vince says, okay, now Kevin, you're the fat guy in the t-shirt. That's okay. Now, if everybody's a giant, there aren't any giants.
yeah,
If everybody looks like Mr. Universe, there's no Mr. Universes.
yeah.
And if everybody, we don't, okay, Sammy, you're the skinny fat guy in
Right.
in the t-shirt. Okay, that's your role. Don't get muscles. That's your no. That's okay. No,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe
yeah,
that's what's
yeah,
happening.
maybe
what
it
I
is.
said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Kevin, you're the fat guy in the t-shirt. So everybody else, I want to look as Mr. University or athletic as you can. Your job is to wear t-shirts because we're going to promote the Kevin Owens
The
t-shirt.
KO shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's always more that meets the eye that I don't know about. You know, we don't know. We're just looking. I'm trying to look at this as a fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what the
Yep.
fuck, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're doing something right. They've had a long run and making millions and millions of dollars. So
Yeah,
whatever.
they're obviously doing something
And
right.
we're sitting here doing a podcast in front of 15 people. So you know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
it's going to be frozen on the.
It's
going to
not
be
frozen,
on the,
man.
But,
It's
but
been
no,
great
I mean
every time.
But
man,
but I
every
mean
time.
every time.
Every time.
But on the internet, it's going to be there. So whenever they turn on, it's going to be there, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's going to be. This is going to be the greatest.
I can't believe you still have no idea how this works. I mean, I do, but I can't believe it. They said you're actually bigger than Gunther and have a better position. Well, thanks, man. Greg Smith put me over there.
Yeah, Gunther really looks good, but he lost a lot of body fat. Now he sort of looks skinny.
Yeah, he looks a little
Right.
like when I can't remember what show it was. Him and Brock Lesnar, I think, were toe to toe. I think it was Royal Rumble.
Oh God, if you're saying
and it kind of looked like Brock would destroy him. You know, like
yeah.
he looked a little too skinny almost.
Right. Well, he lost that body fat real quick.
Rip is dead on, making all this money. They don't even try to get in shape. Owens could be a little heavy, but at least lift some weights. Yeah, that'd be a good.
Just think of if the divas, some of them would be let's just say not fit.
They have one.
Okay. And is she like doing she's out of shape gimmick?
No, not really.
No.
Just
well, you know, everything I say is politically non-correct or whatever. So I'll just drop that down. Be boring.
no, that's fine. I'm just saying they do have one, but I don't think it's ever been like addressed. Like I don't think it's ever. You know, and they used to have what's her name, the Nia Jax girl, and they used to say that she was. I think they used to say like she was big or monstrous. They used to kind of plug her as that. But let's get back to these results. So we'll just throw that one out. I don't know. Flair versus Rhea Ripley. We both picked Rhea Ripley, and that happened. I called for a double turn. I don't know if it was technically a double turn, but the fans definitely were behind Rhea Ripley. She was getting the cheers. Flair, it was kind of weird. She sat there and just kind of looked at her and smiled afterwards for like 2 minutes.
Well, Rhea Ripley's got the big heel push with Dominic, right?
Correct. But I was saying because the fans are really getting behind her now. They really like her. So I was thinking that they were going to split her off and let her be her own person, push her to the moon as an individual world champion, which I think they still might. I think it still could happen. It just didn't happen that night.
The way she got over was being with Dominic.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how she got over. And they're going to run that until the boss thinks, okay, they're at the apex. Now we'll break it off.
Yeah, could be. Brock versus Omos, whatever his name is. God, what was I thinking? Was I drunk that Friday? I picked Omos to win.
What did I pick?
You picked Brock kills him. Brock beat him pretty quickly. Omos did throw him around a little bit in the beginning, and then Brock killed him pretty much. I have no idea what we picked here. I took some bad notes. Becky Lynch in the tag match with Lita and Trish. I think I had him. All I put under yours was Bailey. I think, and then I wrote Snooze Fest. I think you put Snooze Fest.
Well, the girls.
I put another turn. Remember, I was predicting all those turns. So listen to this though, Rip. I predicted a turn. 2 weeks later, it wasn't the turn I thought. Trish Stratus turned on Becky Lynch. So they're making Trish Stratus pretty. Trish Stratus, who's over and older, been there a while, a Hall of Famer. They just turned her heel. Do you think she's going to have like a heel run now in the company? I figured she.
The thing ain't for her; it's for Becky.
Is that right?
Yeah, she'll end up beating her in the end.
Okay. And then do you think they'll hug it out and shake hands and all that
Who
kind of
knows?
stuff? I just can't see him making Trish at this point in her career a bad guy. You know,
Well, they
I
made
just
Steve Austin a bad guy, right?
I'm not. I don't think as a coming out of retirement that would have been like Steve Austin turning heel after he just beat Kevin Owens when they had that match like 2 years ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. I don't know. Yeah, they turned it. I mean, Trish Stratus has been a heel before.
Mm-hmm.
She's just been that. Hey, every once in a while, I'll come out. She's retired basically, or was Hall of Famer. Everybody loves her. Hot. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. Anybody in the chat got any opinions on the Trish Stratus turn? I thought it was kind of weird. I agree with you that it's probably to get Becky.
Now, usually, it's like on you got the card here.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, if you're going to do a turn, you do one, so everybody remembers that one turn.
I think they did only one.
Okay.
I just predicted. I just predicted 3.
Okay, that's when you hear me talk about the unwritten rules of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I've been at this a while.
Yeah.
It's nothing I invented. It's what the guys have preached to me for years. And then when you see it, you don't know why it works, but everything the guys would tell me it would work because they had already made a bunch of mistakes. And then I would try it and would make the mistakes. And then you'd finally say, oh, they were right. I thought they were full of shit when they told me all that stuff. Just like I tell the young boys, they think I'm full of shit, but people are still the same. They're still human. And when you tap into those emotions of professional wrestling, which is what has to do with the characters, that's when you really know how to get over.
Yeah. So of our predictions, my notes, like I said, I took shitty notes, but of our predictions, it looks like you beat me, Rip. You had 6 victories. I had 5. If Cody Rhodes would have come out victorious, like me and the rest of the world would have thought, I would have had 6 victories and you would have had 5. But you are the brains behind this operation.
You see the thing where you can start betting on wrestling?
Yes, you say that like every week.
Do I? Okay, I won't say it again. I can't remember.
And I always say you can already. Limited. It's I don't know how it's going to turn out, but there are some sites you can bet on it, but they only let you bet like $20 or something.
Oh, okay. You just told me all that stuff.
Breaking news. Breaking news today on
I said, hell, I can't
Wrestling with Rip Rogers.
I can't remember. Why was that a while ago?
Mary the Weasel Valverde says Von Lilas would be a prohibited favorite versus Gunther. Hey, thanks, Manny. We'll put you over on this show today.
Well, look at the Weasel kissing ass, so you'll put it. Oh shit, Weasel wasn't that simple. He got another knee. Artificial knee, and I don't know where he got an artificial knee from. He never done nothing athletic in his life.
Yeah, you should have just left it alone. You don't do anything.
But I did have the picture up the other day on Facebook or whatever the hell it was, where the Weasel was skinny and the Weasel was like a 12 and 13-year-old all-stars at the something. I think my brother Greg was coaching him over at Geyser Park and slow pitch softball. Hell, there was a picture up with me and Romer and Lucky Sandlin. And the Weasel was skinny. Shit, he was fucking.
He's back though, baby.
He was looking almost semi-attractive. I said almost semi-attractive, so that's really not very good. But we'll give it to him.
He's still been working hard to get that pose down with your boy Eric Jimenez. Yeah, he's still down 4 pounds.
Well, he started a new job somewhere else.
Oh, he did, huh?
Yeah, because he didn't want to work at nights.
Didn't want to work with you anymore. Update on Eric Jimenez. He's still down 4 pounds, ladies and gentlemen.
I told him he had to get ready. But then I seen him and he was walking. He was posing all the time and strutting.
It's been 6 months. He's still down 4 pounds. He lost that in the first 4 days. Let's see. Dr. Beckham says, don't worry, Rip. I'll never get muscles. I know my role. Check out Derby City Wrestling this Sunday. See, Nick Beckham gets on the card. Why the hell can't I get on the card? He hadn't wrestled in freaking forever. Jeff Gerholt in the house.
Wait a minute.
Hope I'm saying that name right.
Now, say hi to Big Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. Saw him at the expo.
Okay. Now, this Man Beast.
I don't really care. Rip.
No. All I'm just saying is Man Beast.
Yeah.
I think he was a teenager or close to a teenager
Teenage heartthrob.
when he and Revolver had the 90-minute match called in the ring at a seminar.
So I could have got on the card if I could.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But Man Beast is
Man.
but Man Beast is over there. Like Vince the Prince is getting sponsors for the show. And when I come up to Man Beast was he was doing errands. He was doing stuff backstage, and he had to go to the airport and pick up a couple guys.
He was trying to sell you a ticket.
No,
trying to sell you sponsorship.
No,
I'm kidding, man.
Oh, okay.
Can I ever joke on this show?
I do all the time. You get mad.
I don't either. All the time. Every time. All the time.
I heard.
Manny the Weasel in the house. Everybody. Fan favorite here. We got to get this show on the road, off the road. Turned out, however, there was no reason for it to happen.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Just read. How are they going to do the betting thing? I don't know, Greg. Ask Rip. He's on. He's on.
I don't know. I don't bet.
But allows you to bet. Yeah, $50 on Manny. Yep. I think right now the max you can do is like $50 or something. High odds. It's more of a promotion. They give more money away anyway all the time than what they're willing to lose on wrestling at this time. If they ever do it for real, that'll be a different story. But
world famous Outrunners are in Joppa, Baltimore. So to say hi to Timmy Baltimore. They're working for, is it Major League Wrestling? What it's called out there?
I think so. Hey, before we end the show, I got to put in a plug for Waylon, Rip. Our boy Waylon has gotten put out a lot of clips. I did all the Brad Maddox clips, so make sure you go and like those and stuff. But he went back to the old EC3 interview. I've never done anything with it. He went through there and did 3 or 4 clips, put them out there. So Waylon out of California. Now, don't get it twisted here. Opinion Haver doesn't know him. Remember, he said he doesn't know him just because he lives in California.
Yeah,
he doesn't know him. But thank you, Waylon. Did a great job for us last week.
Well, where's the Opinion Haver today?
I don't know. He's not here.
He's busy goofing off, acting like he's over, walking around, strutting with the lats out, just like Eric Jimenez, like Manny the Weasel Valverde tries to, but he's got the gimmick knees, so he can't.
I'd like to thank everybody on here that's in green, everybody that's in green that is a member of the show. We appreciate that monthly membership. Anybody else that wants to get on there, we would highly recommend you go right there where you subscribe. Click on it, Rip. You become a member right there. You can be a hustler or an original. It's only $1.99 a month or $3.99 a month. I promise I'll be getting some more stuff out.
And what about getting a T-shirt?
Get a T-shirt.
What about
Pro Wrestling?
My book at
ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yeah.
We got the Rip Rogers Upside Down book. The book on pro wrestling, lessons from Rip Rogers. We got that here too. We got all kinds of stuff. Don't get no better than that, Rip. What else you got? Anything else?
Well, did I plug Dave Marquez?
I don't think you've mentioned that yet.
Okay, and it's in Louisville this Sunday. We're gonna make a bunch of tapes there at the Norton building there with the long name Norton thing or whatever.
I don't think
Dylan will be there.
I don't think we've heard anything about that yet today.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. Fucking Romer's gonna be there. All the top stars.
All the top stars, but I won't be there.
You won't be there.
No,
but, maybe soon.
Just the top stars coming soon.
You didn't live with Dave, so
We're out of here. Hour 18 in. We got to get out of here. Hope they don't shut us down for
this was the greatest
the F-bomb in the first 30 seconds and C word in the middle of the thing.
Show we've done